we're starting off episode 152 this week of Gracefully and Frankly. First off with names. She's Lisa Brandt.
And she's Erin Davis. Welcome.
Welcome is not what you said when the snow came on the weekend because... Oh my God, you're busy making raspberry sounds and booing out your door.
I don't get too precious about videos that I put up, you know. It's just like I made a little fart sound. I said boo. But I think it was pretty obvious that we weren't too happy to see the snow. And it's stick-around snow.
It is.
We thought it was going to leave, but it's still here. So.
Well, you see, I always had this thing. And I know it's easy for me to say when I'm out walking the dogs yesterday and looking at the November roses in people's gardens. I'll duck now. But that first snow, when you looked outside, it was always, for me, this kind of fleeting moment of magic. Because you remember as a kid what that first snow felt like.
Yeah, I'm not Lorelai Gilmore when it comes to it. You know, on the Gilmore Girls running around, I smell snow, I smell snow.
Oh, yeah.
I like it around Christmas time when there's, I don't know, warmth and a tree and all that. I don't mind it, but it was kind of a bummer. We wanted to do a couple things, and then that's the weather. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Right?
And in Port Stanley, your Remembrance Day ceremonies were held on Sunday in the snow?
Yeah, they had it on Sunday, and then the bigger centers, of course, have it on Tuesday. Yeah.
As did we here. And you know what? It was our first Remembrance Day without our dad. And this year, last weekend's hockey night in Canada, they did this beautiful thing, and I was thinking about you in Port Stanley and the lovely knitted and crocheted poppies and stuff. And it just kind of hit me this time. All of these men and women now in their 90s and even 100 who are now passing on, who served. And there are a lot of younger veterans, of course, too.
Sure.
But it's the passing of the great generation. Can we talk about something completely silly this week?
I'm dying to.
Okay. This came out of a TikTok trend. And, Lisa and I are just so on top of all the TikTok trends, of course.
Oh, yeah, TikTok.
Yeah.
Ugh, don't even have an account. But anyway.
No, me neither. I dumped it when somebody else took control. There was this test where you're supposed to be able to find out what kind of a relationship you have. Whether it's kind of a relationship test, and what it is one person in the partnership points out something to the other, and then you wait and see how they react. It's called a bid for connection. So Lisa and I both tried this, and we recorded it. So you're going to hear what happened here. But first, I need to know how you recorded Derek's reaction on the download, because my phone was in my bra. And that's why you'll hear a bit of rustling and probably echoes in my recording. So how did you record?
I started my recording and just very surreptitiously slid it beside the couch on me. Mm-hmm. And he's sitting in his sort of easy chair, his leather chair.
Okay.
And so he didn't really know what was going on, but it was just... The look on his face was a scream.
So here's the setup. You say to your significant other, I saw a bird today. And then you see what they say. So, Lisa, here we go with yours.
I saw a bird today.
A bird?
Yes.
No way. What was he at Starbucks? Why is that special? Noteworthy. Mention-worthy.
It was some type of bird I've never seen before.
Pterodactyl?
Well, that's a good guess.
A condor? A Tweety bird? A thunderbird? I'm not sure what game we're playing here, but
I saw a bird today.
I have no idea. Complete and no contact.
I don't know how we analyze this. He's sure I lost my mind because we see birds all the time. And he's like, why do you keep repeating this one sentence?
I know. So that was great. And I don't know how we analyze it either, but we're going to in just a moment. Okay. So I tried it with Rob. He was weighing a suitcase, so I follow him to the bathroom with the phone in my bra, and here's how it sounded. Oh, I saw a bird today.
Yeah. You saw a bird today. Yeah. What the are you talking about?
Okay, then.
I saw a bird today.
Yeah.
Well, ducky poo.
Okay. You just failed the TikTok test. When I told him, when it was over, I told him what we'd done, and he said, well, I don't want you to use that. And I said, no, we've got to use it. He said, what I meant to say was yes and, meaning, the improv thing. And he wanted me to continue and explain what the hell I was talking about.
And I think that's kind of what Derek was hoping for, too. Like, we go on these walks and we'll see an owl or an eagle sometimes. We've even seen eagles and different things, or a hawk. And so for me to just say generically, I saw a bird today, makes me sound like I've started drinking again or something.
Yeah, well, you tried. You really did try. Now, we are told by the people who are relationship analysts not to worry if you fail the TikTok test. If your partner becomes dismissive or offers kind of a lukewarm response, 6, 7. But what they find is funny is people debating their entire relationships because of a 30-second video about a bird, okay? So it's not really that significant.
No.
It's not a sign the relationship is doomed, but it's an opportunity to see deeper conversation needs being met. So I guess that's kind of the whole point of it.
Well, here's the other thing that I couldn't help but think is that TikTok isn't exactly aimed at us.
Right.
It's the 20-somethings who are all worried about who they're dating and all those kinds of things, Is he really into me? Is it just my crop top? I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was so much fun because it was just so ridiculous.
It really, truly was. Have you heard about the orange peel theory?
No.
It has nothing to do with cellulite.
Okay.
That's how they used to market cellulite cream, too. Does your skin look like an orange peel? Well, I don't know. Am I in the White House? If you ask your partner to do something you can easily do yourself, and they do it, that's a good sign. If they say, what, are your hands painted on? Then that's not a great sign. Now, in terms of oranges, this is funny because I will walk by the pantry on my way back to the living room and I'll pick Rob up an orange and I'll peel it on the way. Mostly because I like to test myself. Can I do it in one peel? This is my life now.
Yeah.
So I'll do it all the time. But if you ask Derek to peel you some, I don't know, garbanzo beans or chickpeas because you like to roast them, what do you think? You were off of your nut.
Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
are we going to try that one or no? I think that I can already tell you that Derek would not do it only because he's used to being fed like a squirrel. His mom, he'd come home and there would be an orange peeled for him and an apple sectioned for him and all that kind of stuff. And if I want to get any fruit or vegetables into him, I basically have to do the work for it.
You have to chew it and put it into his mouth like a baby
Like
bird.
a bird. Again, we're back to birds. And just,
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I understand that about him, and it's part of the relationship that I'm willing to take on. So he wouldn't peel it. So I don't think it would tell me anything.
Okay.
I'm impressed with the single peel, though. That's really good.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Now, please tell me his mother did not cut the crusts off his bread for him.
I don't believe she did. But have I ever told you how they woke up in the morning? 6 children?
Oh, God, this is going to be good. Okay, go ahead.
With their mother walking into the room with a tray with freshly brewed tea and a little biscuit.
That is so sweet.
It's incredibly sweet, except, if that becomes your norm, I mean, he certainly doesn't expect that from me. He makes his own coffee, all those things. But, it was very sweet. Yeah.
That is nice. That's how mothers ruin their sons for wives.
Exactly.
Oh, but the best intentions.
And he's not ruined by a long shot.
Oh, good. Glad to hear it.
I'm still working on it.
Just your relationship because of the TikTok bird test. Well, we put our envy pillows to the test every single night. And when I lie down on my pillow on the side, I'm always so grateful that it's not a puffy pillow, that I'm not going to wake up with that line that goes from your eye down to your chin. How many times did we go into the studios in the morning at the crack of stupid and had face lines because we'd actually stayed put in one place on a bad pillow?
So many times. It almost looked like a fold. Like if you could open it up, I'd have more face, which is not something I need.
Well, that's only one of the attributes of the NV pillow. Of course, it's green. It's got the copper infusion that is just so good for your skin. And we really want you to check out their sheets as well. They are a gift to yourself, queen or king. You can get 15% off using the code GF and everything else on their website. Whether it's a little something for someone special in your life, like an eye mask or a pillow or a travel pillow, just go to Envy Pillow, envypillow.com. And again, 10% off using the code GF.
Now, you are taking your NV pillow to Mexico, right?
I am. And guess what? Lisa's traveling today as well. This is a big day for you and for me. We're both going to be in the sky. In fact, as you hear this, I will be, and you should be in Calgary by now.
Oh, I'll be in Calgary, yep.
You better be. Your flight's Wednesday night.
Yes, just spending 5 days there.
Yeah, well, that's nice. Now, are you going sightseeing? Because I really think I have to get out to Kananaskis almost every year like a pilgrimage now. What are you going to be doing?
Mostly staying low-key. I'm going to stay with my cousin Barbara Ann. I've been out there many, many times, done a lot of sightseeing, and I don't know that we're going to do much of that. We have a trip to plan. We're going to Mexico.
That's me. Stop stealing my trips.
We're going to Poland and Hungary in the spring.
Wow.
We're going to do this a year or two ago, and plans got scuttled, and now it's back on.
That sounds like big fun. What happens to the podcast? I mean, I hate to make it all about us.
I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Something.
Right.
We'll figure something out. You know, the best ofs are kind of fun, and we'll figure it out.
Well, we'll see. We haven't done a best of in a couple of years. Maybe we haven't done any best of worthy stuff.
No, that's not true.
Okay. True. All right. Well, I know traveling in Canada, you have a lot fewer concerns than I do.
Yeah.
With our flight to Mexico today, because, of course, we've got the dogs. But something I discovered as I was going through things I can and cannot bring into Mexico, I can't bring something I'm addicted to. No, my NV pillow's fine, but...
Right, yes.
Nicorette gum.
Yeah. So what are you going to do? Like, it's considered not a narcotic, but...
Well, I don't even know, Lisa. There's lots of weeds that I could wander through to figure it out. All I know is that you can only bring enough for yourself. And if they even suspect that you're selling it, that's what I'm going to go down for. Selling Nicorette gum on the streets in Mexico. It'd be just classic, Erin. No, this is for me. And
Right.
I'm not proud of being addicted to it. It happened when I was in rehab 6 years ago. I started smoking so that I could not be nervous and I could hang out with the quote-unquote cool kids under the smoking shelter. And then, of course, that got to me because I was coughing and it was stupid. So I started vaping, which was equally stupid. No judging on anybody else who does it, but this was stupid for me, especially when I kind of use my lungs for a living. Like everybody else doesn't use their lungs to live.
Right.
But anyway, start making sense. And then I moved on to Nicorette gum, and I've got it down to, a partial piece every now and then. But it's my sanity right now. So
Right.
I don't know. I've got some packed into a dentine sleeve. I'm going to have it sewn into the dog's vests.
So last time I was in Mexico,
What?
I mean, we walked by so many pharmacies that said OxyContin, Wegovy, Viagra, whatever you want.
Yeah.
And so surely, and I hate to call you Shirley, but surely you can buy Nicorette there, can't you?
Nope. Turns out you can get an erection more easily than you can get Nicorette. Maybe call it Nicorection, and then I could get like both at once. I have no idea.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Well, I need to quit it anyway.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, but you don't want to be there when I do. So if I quit, it will be before you come down in January. Deal?
Or after. After's good.
Okay, we'll figure it out. Hey, are we both flying WestJet?
Yes, WestJet was the only flight I could get direct from London.
Yeah, mine too. The only direct flight from Victoria to Puerto Vallarta. And of course, when you're traveling with dogs or when you're traveling alone, you just want to have as few connections as possible. And in our case, we absolutely didn't want to stop in the U.S. because you've heard how mouthy I am. I'll go down for something far worse than Nicorette if I go through the U.S.
Right.
But I came across this on As It Happens, and it's thanks to somebody on Threads. I don't know what I was talking about with WestJet, and they said, oh, wait till they start charging for you to recline your seat. And I went, bah, ha, ha, ha. And they said, no, it's a thing.
Yeah.
It actually is. It came out at the end of last month.
And they're trying to sell it like, oh, well, we're giving you another option when your budget is strained and you can get a no recline seat. It's like, no. You're charging us extra to recline. It's ridiculous.
I don't know if it's gone into effect yet. Of course, as we record this, we haven't hopped on our flights yet because Lisa's traveling, well, as of last night, and me today. But WestJet announced it's reconfiguring its 43 Boeing 737-8 MAX and 737-800 aircraft to offer a refreshed range of seating options. A fixed recline seat won't be able to put your seat back, so it'll be like that row just in front of the exit row.
Yeah.
Oh, Lisa, I can't.
I know.
I can't sit up for 4.5, 5 hours straight. You know, I've got stuff that happens with my back when I'm in that position for that long because I'm tall, and there are a lot of people taller than I. It is a cash grab.
Oh, totally. It absolutely is. And I do understand. I think everybody understands that airlines are cut quite close to the bone. That's why budget airlines fail so often. And remember, we learned that for every minute or something that they're late taking off, it's $1,000 or whatever. I mean,
fine, yeah.
It's an expensive thing, but holy smokes! I mean, there's got to be another way. Increase the price for people who want a turkey dinner or something. You know, I mean, if you're really that hungry and you're going to eat, I'll pay $3 more.
Yeah.
It's just the seat and the seatbelt. Maybe the seatbelt's going to be optional now. I don't know.
I know, like at Starbucks where you have to have a combination to use the bathroom, and here's what it's going to cost.
Right.
That's just conjecture, of course. We're making that scenario up, but, you know, save it for the best of next year because who knows? Who knows? And of course, though, if we look at the bright side of this, there are people who absolutely abhor the ones in front of them who recline. And there is an etiquette to it. I always turn around or I go back like a centimeter at a time and make sure. And I said that on my last flight, which was Porter, and we were in the crammed seats. And I said to her, please let me know. I have to put my seat back just a little bit, but if I'm in your way, let me know, hit the seat or whatever. So I did that for her, but then the guy in front of me, we had a laptop on my tray, and he threw his seat back, and of course my nose is right up to where the camera on the laptop is. And sometimes the mechanisms in the seat won't let you make it gradual, but there we go. Your laptop is in your face and your knees are around your ears. That's why you wear the matching socks and earrings like I mentioned before.
It sounds like you're getting ready for something other than a flight.
It does. And oh my God, you were the queen of the segues. She is smoother than a Port Stanley road after a snowstorm. Lisa has some really good health news here.
Do you know the speculum that they use when they go in and do a pap smear or to look into the vajayjay was invented 180 years ago. It comes out, I don't know about your doctor, but it comes out of something so cold.
Oh yeah.
And it's just bare metal, and then they open it like a wrench or something. It's more
like a caulking gun.
Right, like a caulking gun. And it's more like something out of a toolbox than a medical bag.
Yeah.
And it's just so uncomfortable and it just feels invasive, and there's been no thought put into it. Well, there was, but it was 180 years ago. So finally, these two researchers, and you won't be surprised that they're women, have come up with a new speculum, and it's made of a special medical grade plastic that's going to be reusable. It's produced with injection molding. It's not metal, and they are about to go into clinical trials and get it certified and hopefully get it out on the market. And what's different about it is the way what would you even call it? The beak.
The beak. Okay.
The way the beak is shaped, more forgiving because, of course, it's this plastic. It's warm and it can still be completely sterilized. But there are 3 parts instead of just 2. It's doing it always like a baby's head's coming out of it instead of just making it as long as it can go. And I don't know if I'm describing that well, but
I don't know.
It should be more comfortable. And the other thing is, you can use it yourself.
What?
If you want to say to the doctor, I'll do this, you can insert it yourself, open it up, and then say, okay, go have a peek. I don't know who'd want to.
I don't think I want to. And apologies if this makes anyone uncomfortable. I'm looking at you, Brother Kevin. But this is kind of big news. I think I remember a clear plastic speculum at some point in my life, Lisa, but I may have been hallucinating. I don't remember, but if this became the norm,
yeah,
or Norma, let's call her, that would be anything that's an improvement.
Right.
My gosh, the fact that they're still doing cervical biopsies in offices is just, it's torturous and inhumane.
It is. So they say the wings that go in are petal-like and they're softer. So there won't be that kind of, you feel like you're being ratcheted open. And it shouldn't be fun, but it's really not fun. So hope that this thing gets to the market. They crowdfunded and got like $100,000 within a few days. As women are like, yes.
Did they go on Dragon's Den by any chance?
No, they did not. Yeah, no, they just went online.
Yeah, we're all for something that makes life a little easier for women.
Well, I was on their website. Let me just say, I don't think they went on Dragon's Den because the website says things like Oplandegen and Whirlwind Osmetachenten Vortage. So I think they're from somewhere Nordic.
Well, we'll certainly keep an eye out for that. That is tremendous news.
Yeah.
And so good that somebody is out there doing something other than ruining the workforce. Are we ready for This Week in Totally Stupid or... Twits? Where do we begin with this one? Holy Hannah. When you've got a shovel in your hand, stop digging, for God's sake. But that is not what the old gray lady, also known as the New York Times, did last week.
Yeah, this went viral in a second and a half. An article or a piece by a right-leaning writer that was titled, Did Women Ruin the Workplace? And I saw that first thing in the morning, and then I saw it coming around with a different title, Did Liberal Feminism Ruin the Workplace? And they must have changed the title 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And I went and read the article because I thought, okay, maybe this is a misleading headline. It's something more benign. It was worse.
I know they must have used the word woke about 15 times in it.
Unbelievable.
Ross Douthat or Dutat or Asshat, whatever his name is, he is a right-wing commentator. He writes about religion. He writes about the right wing. And, of course, you want to have both sides in your opinions columns, and that's what the New York Times was doing here. But the absolute, not just tone deafness, but ludicrous nature of that headline, if it was meant to get people to cancel their subscriptions, well, congratulations. And this is after they'd had a marvelous third quarter for the year. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
If they really wanted to do something about women in the workplace, they could have said, how did women affect the workplace? Or what changed when women, that could be a historical thing. It doesn't all have to be positive and sunshine and light, but this was just a terrible premise from the beginning, and they're going to pay for it, literally.
Yeah, a lot of really funny comments out of it. Like, I didn't read the entire article. I was too busy ruining the workplace to find time. And my favorite one was, I'm offended. I ruined the workplace, and I'm sick of other women getting credit for it.
You go, girl. Yeah, well, I canceled right away.
And that's huge for you, because New York Times is a staple of your life.
Yes, New York Times. I used to have the Washington Post, and then I got rid of the Washington Post. Then the New York Times. I'm fine without either one of them, and this is just so upsetting and just so wrong.
Yeah. Now, can they make it right?
No. No, they can't make it right. You know, I love thought-provoking pieces, and I know you do too. We love to be challenged and think about things in a different way and learn and all that kind of stuff. But this wasn't that. This was just crapping on women.
Yeah. Let's go back to staying at home and having babies and liking that cold metal speculum.
Yeah, of which, of course, is an option.
Of course it is.
But it's not for everybody.
No. Something that is for everybody. Not as smooth as your segue, girl, but I'll take it. In terms of joint pain and bending down, Lisa, I did clean our house last Saturday. We got some estimates on how much it was going to be to do a move-out clean on our house, and I said to Rob, there is no way. You think he and Derek swore in that bird video? Should have heard him when I told him it was going to be 4 figures. So there we were Saturday. I put in my AirPods, listened to some podcasts, which Lisa and I are great for when you're doing your chores, too, because we take your mind off it. But I also didn't have any knee pain, or I thought my lower back was going to kill me, or anything. And Sierra Sil helped Rob get through all of this, the lifting, the schlepping, the stairs, the whole thing. We can't recommend it highly enough, and it only takes less than 14 days to feel a difference in your kneeling or your sitting or your squatting or whatever, or your money back.
Check them out, sierrasil.com, Sierra like the mountains, SIL.com, and use the code GF for 14% off your purchase.
Well, I wish you good travels to your cousin. Tell me, was she named for the Beach Boys song Barbara Ann?
No, I do not believe so. Most people call her B.A.
B.A. Oh,
Yay.
like a Bachelor of Arts. Good for her. Well,
Okay.
you've certainly given her notice about garlic and green peppers. You wrote a blog last week, and I saw that she commented on it. You can read both our blogs at Gracefully and Frankly's Facebook page. But what is it with you breaking up with garlic? I think I didn't know this.
I didn't really have a choice. I don't want to completely break up with it. It's just that a little bit tastes like a whole head of garlic.
Oh.
For some reason, I've become very, very sensitive to it. And the last few recipes that I've done with garlic in them have just been so overpowering. And they haven't been to Derek. So I know that there's something funny going on.
That is weird because our taste buds are supposed to die off as we age, but you're just finding different sensitivities. Now, we know that happens with lactose intolerance, primarily because there's a natural decline in a lactase enzyme inside us as we age. So, that's why there's so many lactose-free products on the market now, thank goodness. And there are other things, too, like celiac disease, Crohn's disease, or certain medical treatments like chemotherapy or surgery. But garlic? Now I wonder if other people have this.
Yeah, I wondered that too. That's one of the reasons I wanted to share it, because it just seems so weird. And I had used minced garlic in one recipe, garlic powder in another, and fresh baked garlic in another. And every time it was way over the top.
Well, you did get some good tips not to use the garlic crushers that people use, just to, I don't know, kind of give it a dirty look or something. What are you supposed to do with it?
But I've never used a garlic crusher, so unfortunately, hopefully that'll help somebody else. There's still no real answer to it. I thought maybe a bunch of recipe writers were getting too tolerant of garlic and putting too much in, but that just seems a little far.
I don't know. It's a conspiracy, Lisa.
Must be. Big Garlic's after me.
Big Garlic wants to keep us at home so we don't breathe on our coworkers and ruin the workplace. See how that works?
Too late.
And then we can stay home and tell our husbands we've seen a bird. See how it all ties in?
Oh, my goodness. Safe travels, my dear.
You too. And I want to be your seatmate since you're cutting back on your garlic. But I'm going to have a mask on for the whole 4.5 hours anyway, just because I'm that person. And wish me luck in the airport in Puerto Vallarta.
I do, with the 2 dogs, the husband, and everything else that goes along with you.
Of course, we'll have stories for you here next week. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss an episode of Gracefully and Frankly. And go to gracefullyandfrankly.com to look up some neat gifties for the holidays. And those are great things for you to take when you go on a trip. Take Barbara Ann a mug or a T-shirt or something. That's nice of you.
Of course.
Talk to you next week.
Bye.